Let us start with the question number 9. So they're saying that sex determination is an important developmental event in the life cycle of all sexually reproducing plants. Recent studies of sex determination in many plants species, from twins to maize, have been fruitful in identifying the diversity of genetic and epigenetic factors that are involved in determining the sex of the flower or individual. So the above is an expert from an article by two scientists, Christina Jauris and Joanne Banks. So now what is the most likely genetic factor for sex determination in unisexual plants? Anybody? What is the most likely genetic factor for sex determination in unisexual plants? Whatever it is unisexual plants or you can take even humans or whatever it is. So what is the one which will determine the sex determination? Everybody? Yes, please. We are using, suppose it will take humans also. The female body is always having XX chromosomes and male body is having XY chromosome. So based upon during the fertilization, so what sperm is going to be fused or fertilized with the egg only will decides the sex determination. So now they are asking, if it is coming to the flowers, what is the most likely genetic factor for sex determination in unisexual plants? They are asking. So what will be the most important one? Everybody? Yes, please. What is the name called as? All of you. Chromosomes or genes, yes or no? So which genes will decide the sex determination? Everybody?
Sex chromosome.
Which is responsible for representing the gender, or like you can take a particular character for the identification of a gender, male or female or unisexual plants or whatever, bisexual plants or whatever it is. Who will decides? So that is called as a gene. Which gene? A sex gene. So that sex gene only what we used to call sex chromosomes. So if either it is a male or female, how we will decide? If XX will cross, we'll get female. If XY will cross, we'll get male. So that what is this called as? A pair of gene. So what is the gene we used to call as? Sex chromosomes. Yes or no, guys? Please respond.
Yes,
so the same thing coming to here. What is the most likely genetic factor for sex determination in unisexual plants? So what is this one? Chromosomes are responsible. So the which chromosomes? 6 chromosomes are responsible for the 6 chromosomes are responsible for the determination of unisexual plants. Please make it. Next, second question. All of you read. Second question. Epigenetic factors. So now, let us observe this one, all of you. Epigenetic factors refer to factors external to the genetic component of an individual. So name evidence of one epigenetic conditions that determines sexuality in animals. You might be remember, in particular animals, when I'm teaching, I have taught you. How many of you remember that temperature and pressure will decide the sex of a body or organism? Do you remember, Elmokil? Kevin?
Reptiles.
Yes. So reptiles you might be noticing in our notebooks. And also I have given you the animals, tortoises and all. So the sex determination will decides the factor where based upon the temperature. Temperature is the one which will decides the sex of a animals. Is it yes or no? All of you?
Yes, sir.
So that is what exactly they are asking. So what is the epigenetical factors? That is meaning you write, everyone, please. First, The study of epigenetics. Epigenetics is the study of, all of you right? See how direct question it is, but looks it is very different. It looks like we don't know. Okay, so write it. All of you. Sex determination. Right. Epigenetics is the study of how your behavior and environment can cause changes that affects the way your that affects the way your genes work. So, those who are following our classes regularly, you can see some animals, sex determination is also controlled by the environmental factors. Mr. Sai, can you give me any example? So, as Elvukil said, so if you take in example some reptiles, the temperature at which the fertilized egg is incubated before hatching plays a role in determining the sex of the offspring. So if you have taken turtle, what is the scientific name of the turtle? Anyone? Turtles means like a tortoise. Understanding? So turtle, high incubation temperature leads to development of female or male guys. Turtles, high incubation temperature. Female progeny or female offspring. So such a beautiful question it is. So now if you have taken lizards, so high incubation temperature. Incubation means you all know correct hatching the eggs. Incubation temperature. So we have taken lizards. If it is high incubation temperature, so they will leads to male or female. Everybody, male progenies. Understanding? So like this, if you have taken like snails, individuals can change the sex, indicating that sex is not determined by genetically in such animals. So after birth also they can change their sex according to their needs. So that is why we can take snails and all. Sex is not determined by genetics. It is based upon the environmental conditions. So what is the answer for this? Everybody, name any one evidence of the genetical condition. Please respond. All of you. What we can say? Answer. Yes, guys. Who will decide external factors? That is what environmental factors I am asking. Please. After teaching everything. What is that answer? Temperature. Example you can write. Turtles, lizards. That's enough. Okay. Next, state Mendel's law of segregation and explain how the sex determination violates the law. Okay. So, what do you mean by sex determination? First, Mendel's law. Please respond. All of you. What is Mendel's laws? State Mendel's law of segregation. You have to tell me the definition. What is the law of segregation? All of you. Definition. The characteristics of an organism are determined by internal factors, which always occurs in what? Which always occurs in pairs. Only one of a pair of such factor can be present in single gamete. So that is what law of segregates. So once again, I'm saying law of segregation is related to monohybrid inheritance or dihybrid inheritance. Everybody?
Monohybrid.
Monohybrid inheritance. So if you have noticed in monohybrid inheritance, we all know we people will take one tall plant in parental crossing and one dwarf plant. So if you have crossed it in F1 generation, we will get all the what plants, guys? All of you, all the tall plants only. So what is the genotype of that plants? Capital T, small t, capital T, small t, and capital T, small t. Now if you will cross these two plants, so what will happen, guys? All of you, if you cross these two plants, we are going to get three tall plants with capital T, capital T, capital T, small t, capital T, small t, and small t, small t. Am I right? Please respond. So that is what ratio 3:1, we will say that. So in monohybrid ratio, if you observe, the characteristic which is disappearing in the F1 generation is reappears in the F2 generation. So that is what we will say Mendel's first law of inheritance, or we can say law of segregation. So what is this? What it will say, guys, everybody? So law of segregation or Mendel's first law of inheritance will say that the traits of an organism are determined by internal factors which always occurs. How they will occurs, guys? Internal factors which occurs in a pairs, yes or no? So only one of a pair of such factor can be present in a single gamete. So that is what we studied in the monohybrid inheritance. And monohybrid inheritance, F1 crossing and as well as parental crossing. So we all know very in detail. Anybody having doubt in this, please respond. So that is what it is. State law, Mendel's law of segregation. So many times I'm saying for one more question, subdivision, law of segregation or law of independent assessment or law of dominance. In these three, one surely will come. So that is why please learn the three definitions without fail. Okay. Now they are asking how sex determination violates this law of independent law of segregation or Mendel's first law of inheritance. So if you have noticed it, so as we all knows that law of segregation states that, okay, so you can see always the offsprings receives one allele from such parent. Do you understand? That is what we are saying that law of segregation. So single gamete is responsible for only one pair of such factors which can be present in a single gamete. But if you have taken in the sex determination in plants, it is basically offsprings will get only one gene from each parent. But if you have taken in segregation in human, so you have taken there is no Y chromosome is present in the human female body. Both are present in the XX chromosomes only. So male body only present in the XY chromosome. So a single gamete is not responsible for the sex determination of the human bodies or animals. So that is why if you have taken in the plants, single character, for example, have you noticed it here? So those who are not understanding, once again, I will explain you. Observe very carefully. In plants, if I have taken tall or if I want to say the plants are tall, is it necessary for both are dominant or both are, sorry, if I take a dwarf plant, is it necessary for both required for determining the tall plants, capital T, or one T is sufficient? Everybody? Yes, please. To determine the tallness of a character, suppose of a plant, either it is a tall plant or dwarf plant, if you have taken. So as I told you, recessive gene, we need a pair of a gene is responsible, like small t is the only one which is causing for the dwarf plant. But if you have taken in a tall plants, we can get two possibilities of gametes. What is the two possibilities of pair of genes, everybody? Either it can get capital T, or one is enough or responsible to show the characteristics of that, capital T and small t. So that is why you can see in F1 generation, we are getting all the plants capital T, small t, capital T, small t, capital T, small t, capital T, small t. So here if you notice, so all the plants which we are obtaining is tall plants only. Next, if we will cross, what is the F1 crossing? Everybody tell me the gametes. F1 crossing. Gametes, please. F1 crossing gametes, I'm asking. What will happen? Capital T, small t, capital T, small t. If we will cross it, capital T will come, capital T, small t will come. Next one, capital T, small t will come. And last one, small t and small t will come. So if you'll notice here, single copy of factor T, capital T, is enough to make the plant tall. Understanding? But if you want to see the factors of small t, pair of short plants, if it is a dwarf plant, it is necessary to make a plant dwarf. It is we need a pair of small t and small t. But if it comes to the humans, sex determination, how it is violating the law. So what is that law is saying? A single characteristics, if only one of a pair of such factor can be present in single gamete. That is what monohybrid ratio we will even say, Mendel's law of segregation. But if it comes to the sex determination in male, so we cannot decide by one chromosome of male parent or female parent. Because why? In female, both we are having only XX chromosomes, male we are having XY chromosome. So there is no Y chromosome present in the female body. So we cannot decide the sex of a humans without making the chromosomes of either XX is intersecting or XY is intersecting. So that is the reason we cannot apply the law of segregation for the sex determination of the human beings. So how we can say? So sex determination in plants only determined by genetic factors. The offsprings will get only one copy of gene from each parent. Okay, but if you have taken sex determination in humans, it does not have any copy of Y chromosomes in genes present in the female body. So only male body alone Y chromosome is present. So this, it is not possible to get a male body by using a single factor from the female body or a male body. So both will combine only, we can decide the sex. So that is why law of segregation is not applicable for the sex determination in the human beings. So that is what you have to explain it and you have to write it. So like this you can explain. So capital single T is sufficient in plants to determine the segregation of the plants. That is what they will be depending on purely on genetical factors. But in humans, it is not. It will be decided by both male and female body by their donation of sex gametes only. So that is why it is not possible to apply the law of segregation for sex determination of offsprings in human beings. Okay, so you can say no. Okay, write that. Next. Understand everybody? So that is what you have to write it. Next question. Consider a pea plant that is recessive for plant height. Consider a pea plant that is recessive for plant height. Its genotype is small t and small t, and phenotype is dwarf. Just now we are studying. So consider a pea plant that is recessive for a plant height. Its genotype is small t and small t. Now, assuming that the gene for a plant height obeys the Mendel's law of inheritance, indicate the genotypes and phenotypes of all possible parent pairs that could have dwarf offsprings. So anybody can tell all the possible parents for genotype for dwarf offsprings. Yes, please. Anyone? Possibles. All of you, everybody should tell me. They're asking only parents, guys. Pairs. Kevin.
Capital T, small t, and capital T, small t.
Capital T, small t into capital T, small t. So that is what in F1 generation, what we will get, guys? Check it, everybody. What we are going to get? We are going to get small t.
Small.
Next one. So we finally, ultimately, we want to get small t and small t. That's all. So tell me, what is the parentals? What is the parents' possibilities, please? Can I take both dwarf plants crossing? That is the first thing I'm expecting from you all. Both small t, and small t. What I will get? Maitreyan, Kevin, I will get again what? All the dwarf plants only. Yes or no? Next one.
Yes, sir.
I will take capital T, small t into cross with the capital small t, small t. Have you noticed it? I have taken in this F1 crossing, I will take this one and this one. If I will cross, all of you make the possibilities. Ultimately, I want to get a genotype of small t, small t. So what will happen, gametes? Capital T, small t, small t, small t. So if I will cross it, capital T, small t will come. Again, capital T, small t will come. Here, small t, small t, small t, small t. So 50-50 ratio. Have you noticed it, everybody? All of you? So we want small t and small t. So this is also possible. In this, all small t only will come. Now here also what will happen? Capital T, capital T, capital T, small t, capital T, small t, and small t and small t. So again we are getting the dwarf. So we can write, they are mentioning all the possible genotypes. So other than this, any other possibilities verified? Let me know. Any one of you will form? Mukesh, Sai Garde, Sai. Nothing will possible. Now, using any one of the parental pairs mentioned by you in A, perform a cross to show the genotype of the offsprings that might arise in the next generation. So please, anybody can show that. So you can take anything. So I will draw for all the three. So your choice, you can mention. So first one. So let us take, as I told you, in exam, how you have to draw? Answer. Let me see how anybody can say. You cannot draw like a normal classing. When we're practicing, you have to draw in the form of what? In the
Box.
so let us take the first one. Understanding? First one, capital T, small t, and capital T, small t. Either you have to construct the box, and then we have to start writing. So crossing, everybody, tell me. Capital T, capital T. So what is the things will come? This one, capital T, next one. Capital T,
Small t.
small t. Next, first one over, next one. Small t, capital T, next one, small t and small t. This one is over. Second one, T, and here also, and T and T. So what will happen, everybody? All the plants will come what? Dwarf form. Okay. So next, last one, just now we formed. So you can construct the 4 boxes. Outside you can write capital T, small t, and small t. So what will come? Capital T, small t, capital T, everybody. Capital T, small t, and here small t into small t, small t into small t. Very good. Do it fast, everybody. Clear? Anything doubt? All of you? This is one of the most important question. So please remember how many marks question it is. Have you noticed it? 5 mark question. Okay. So really it's very nice question. So you can take it. In this one, you see, they're asking all the possible parental pairs. If you write only one mark will get. 2 marks. 3 will write only 3 marks will come. And this one, just any one you explain, how many marks will come? 2 marks will come. So 2 plus 3, totally how many marks? 5 mark question it is. So how simple it is. Easily you can get 5 out of 5. So that is why be very careful when they will ask you all. All means you have to write all the possibilities. If they will ask you any one you can write. So be very careful. That is why when you are reading question, any 2 you will write and will come also. You will not get full mark. So that is why all the possibilities kindly check it. Next, 2 pea plants are used to produce a progeny of 20 pea plants. Sorry, 2 tall pea plants. So 2 tall means dominance or recessive. Everybody?
Dominant.
The 2 parent plants have a genotype of, check it here. Genotype of what it is there? Capital T, and capital T, small t, respectively. So now how many short pea plants will be found in the progeny in the F1 generation? Just cross it. What will happen? How many will come? Nothing will come. Yes or no? Yes, everybody. So this is what F1, parental crossing. So parental crossing, gametes, tell me guys, gametes. Capital T, small t. So capital T, small t. Tell me the crossing, F1 crossing, everybody. Sorry, parental crossing. What will happen? Yes, please. Capital T, small t. Capital T, small t. So everywhere one dominant is there. So that what will happen? Every plant will come in what? Tall only. Understand everybody? So what is the dwarf plants? Short plants. What is the rate? How many? Zero.
Zero.
You have to prove it. You don't say normally. You have to prove it. Okay? That is what you have to remember. So please make it everybody. Understand everybody? So how many short tree plants will be found in the F1 progeny? In the F1 generation? Everybody? Yes?
Zero.
Zero. Because short means both should be small t. So it is not possible. Any possibilities there? I want an answer from you. Any possibility? No dwarf plants. Very good. That is what you have to do it. Do it fast, everyone. Next. Shall I go to the next question? Any doubt in this question, brothers? Kadri, Monish, please, if you have doubt, ask me. Adarshan, girls, little
No,
important.
sir.
Okay, so please remember that. Next. Okay, so this is related to again a question related to homologous and analogous organs. So can anybody tell me what is homologous organs and analogous organs? Yesterday I have told you. Yes, please. Homologous organs and analogous organs. Alana, Durga. Yeah, what? Nobody will say. What is the use of studying? Rahul.
Sir, different organs, same function.
Homologous organs have same structure but different function, and analogous organs means same function but different structure. Yes or no? Homologous means same structure, different function. Analogous means different structure, same function. Yes or no? Yes, please. Yeah. Now they are saying coelacanth is a deep sea dwelling fish that was believed to be extinct 66 million years ago. Around the same time, the dinosaurs went extinct. However, in 1938, a specimen of the fish was discovered near the shores of South Africa. Scientists also believe that this fish may be the member of species of fish that crawled onto land to evolve into animals with legs. Upon investigation of the specimen by marine biologists, certain features of the fish was discovered. First one, some of them are listed below. It has paid lobe-shaped fins that move in an alternating pattern similar to the limbs of a four-legged animal. It has a lung in its body but carries out exchange of gases through only gills. So now it is asking, first question, the lobed fin of the fish and the limbs of a terrestrial animals have similar structure but different function. So what are such organs are called as? Similar structure, similar function, but different structure. What is that called as? Everybody? Homologous or
Homologous.
Homologous organs.
Homologous.
Homologous organs.
homologous organs? Please make it. You can see they are mentioning here. That is what lobed fins. So different having a similar structure but different function. That is what you have to remember. Next, vestigial organ. What do you mean by vestigial organ? So many times I have taught when I am teaching. Vestigial organs.
Sir, located outside of body.
Yes, please. Vestigial organs means which does not have any function. Real life, present situation function is not existed. Yes or no? Our body is also presently one organ is there, which does not have any function. Anybody?
Appendix.
Appendix. Okay. Now, if you will read this paragraph, if you know the meaning of vestigial organ, that's enough to answer this question. So, vestigial organ is an organ that carried forward to progeny by evolution, but serves no specific purpose in the body of the individual. So, please remember, it contains in a organism, but there is no use of it. So that coming generations, it just may pass through the generation, but definitely after certain generations, it will be disappear from it. So what organ in the fish can be called as a vestigial organ? Anybody?
Lungs.
Lungs. Why means you can see in the paragraph, they're saying that they're having the legs upon invasion. Here you can see. It has a lungs on its body, but carry out exchange only through the what? Gills. So that is why have you noticed it present fishes? They're having any lungs? Anybody? Anyone?
No, sir.
No. Why? Because
It has
there
been
is no use
disappeared.
of it, so that it has been disappeared from the organisms. But if we'll go for 66 million years ago, so the fishes is having what? The fishes is also having, it has been proving that what? They are also having the lungs inside their body. But as they are living in the water, slowly all the fish kind of fish, this marine animals, they adopted the water conditions, means living inside the water and absorbing the water from the, oxygen from the dissolved oxygen in water. So there is no use of there is no use of lungs. So slowly in the next generation, lungs disappeared. That is why now present fishes, no lungs are existed. Clear, everybody? So that is what it is. Even for us also now, appendix, maybe after hundred generations from now, no appendix organ will be present in that, because we are not finding anything in our body. But before we are having some use, it will help in digestion. In olden days, if you go to the early humans who can eat raw flesh and unboiled food. Okay, so by the time it is very difficult to digest the food and very lengthy process. So appendix is having the use. So it will also help in the digestion. But later days, this value has been decreased. So no part of in digestion, and slowly it will be disappear. It will be removed from our body also soon. Okay, so that is what you have to remember. Next. How can scientists so accurately determine the apparent time of extinction of the fish? I have taught you this. We will use one test. Anyone can tell me what is the test we will see? Yes. Carbon dating. Okay. So that is the most accurate test. You might be heard in newspaper also. When we are getting fossils, they will find. Have you noticed it, everybody? Yes, please. So
Yes,
carbon
sir.
dating is the one which will help to find us of fossils. They will do this one, and they will identify the approximate age of these fossils. Okay, so carbon dating, you might be noticed in our newspapers also, they will find dinosaurs fossils and all by using, they tested it is 15 million years before, 20 million years before and all. So that is what fossils or rocks or whatever it is in carbon dating. That method is called as, okay, or we can say radioactive isotope dating. Radioactive isotope. While teaching, I have taught you or not? Carbon dating, fossils. I have taught you. You remember that? Isotope dating. Carbon dating, we can say radioactive isotope dating. Okay, which will help to determine the age of a fossils. Remember, fossils and rocks. Recently, Madhya Pradesh, they found the dinosaur eggs, frozen dinosaur eggs. They're saying around 22 million years before. So India is one of the largest dinosaur population, because we are finding millions of like thousands of eggs, frozen eggs of dinosaurs, like a rocks. That is one. So what would be the next? Plants that reproduce through asexual reproduction give rise to similar and not identical offsprings. So what would be the most likely reason for the above statement to be true? Anybody?
Similar,
Errors
identical.
in DNA copy.
Yes. So even